Summer 1902. A farmer stands in line outside a courthouse in Indian Territory. The Dawes Commission is writing the citizenship rolls of the Cherokee Nation, and a name in those books means land. The clerk doesn't take anyone's word. He checks parents and grandparents against the Cherokee Nation's own censuses. More than 250,000 people applied across the 5 tribes. Barely 101,000 made it in. Certain surnames run through the approved pages like a signature. Ross, Vann, Starr, Sixkiller. Adair names still carried across the South and Appalachia by families who grew up hearing, "We have Cherokee blood." 10 surnames documented on the Cherokee Rolls, the real families behind them, and the honest part most videos skip. One of them might be yours. Stay till the end. We'll show you how to check the record yourself, for free. The Dawes Rolls were compiled 1898 to 1914, ahead of land allotment in what became Oklahoma. And here's the part most videos skip. This was not an honor list. It was the paperwork by which a nation's land was broken up and, within a generation, largely lost. Thousands of non-native families across the South carry these exact surnames through entirely English, Scottish, and Irish lines. The name opens a door. Only the paper trail walks through it. Number 10. McDonald. Hold on to this one. The countdown circles back in a way you won't expect. John McDonald, Scottish trader from Inverness, settled among the Cherokee near Lookout Mountain, now Chattanooga, Tennessee, in the 1770s. Married Anna Shorey, whose mother was Cherokee, ran a trading post, became one of the most connected men on the Cherokee frontier. His descendants appear in Cherokee records under McDonald and other names, because in a matrilineal society, a Scottish trader's children belong to their Cherokee mother's clan. Remember that mechanism. It's why so many names on this list sound like a Glasgow phone book. And remember John McDonald himself. His grandson is waiting at number 1. Number 9. Sixkiller. No one mistakes this one for an English import. The Sixkiller name descends from a Cherokee warrior's deed name, and its most famous bearer wore a badge. Captain Sam Sixkiller commanded the United States Indian Police at Muskogee, one of the roughest railroad towns on the frontier, chasing whiskey peddlers and outlaws through Creek and Cherokee country. December 24, 1886, ambushed on a Muskogee street, shot dead, unarmed. Congress responded by making the murder of an Indian police officer a federal crime. The Sixkiller name remains a proud one in the Cherokee Nation today. Number 8. Bushyhead. 1838, Reverend Jesse Bushyhead, Cherokee Baptist minister, led nearly 1,000 people on the Trail of Tears. On that march, January 1839, his wife gave birth to a daughter. They named her Eliza, Missouri Bushyhead, for the state where she was born. On the winter road, Jesse's son, Dennis Wolfe Bushyhead, went west in 1849 to dig for California gold, came home, and served as principal chief from 1879 to 1887. Through the Cherokee outlet cattle lease boom, a child born on the trail, a brother who became chief, one family carrying the whole arc of the century. Number 7. Starr, the outlaw name. James Starr signed the removal treaty and was assassinated for it, 1845. His son Tom Starr answered with a personal war so relentless, the Cherokee government negotiated peace with him, one man, as if he were a foreign power. Tom's son Sam Starr married Myra Maybelle Shirley. History remembers her as Belle Starr, the so-called Bandit Queen, shot from ambush near Eufaula, February 3, 1889. 2 days before her 41st birthday. Never solved. Then there's Henry Starr, who robbed banks from 1893 to 1921 until a bullet in Harrison, Arkansas, ended his career. He claimed more robberies than the James Gang and the Daltons combined. More stories per page than any other name on the rolls. Number 6. Adair. The Cherokee Adairs descend from an Irish trader who married into the nation in the 1700s. By the Dawes era, judges, senators, editors, Colonel William Penn Adair served the Cherokee Nation as a diplomat in Washington after the Civil War, respected enough that a family in the Coeascoe district named their baby boy after him in 1879. That boy appears on the Dawes Rolls as Cherokee citizen by blood. Roll number 11, 384. William Penn Adair Rogers. The world came to know him as Will Rogers, the cowboy philosopher, arguably the most famous entertainer in America by the 1930s. 5 names left. The countdown now enters the families who decided the fate of the entire nation. Number 5. Ridge. Major Ridge earned his rank fighting beside Andrew Jackson at Horseshoe Bend, 1814. Then Jackson turned on the Cherokee, and Ridge made the most controversial calculation in Cherokee history. December 29, 1835, New Echota, Georgia. He and a small, unelected faction signed the treaty selling the entire Cherokee homeland for $5 million and land in the West, believing removal was coming regardless. The elected government under John Ross called it treason. Cherokee law carried a blood penalty for selling the land of the people. June 22, 1839. Major Ridge shot from ambush. His son, John Ridge, dragged from his bed and stabbed to death the same morning. So was his nephew. 1 family, 3 executions, 1 day. Number 4. Watie. That nephew's brother survived. Stand Watie, born December 12, 1806, near Rome, Georgia, escaped the assassins of 1839 and spent decades as John Ross's bitterest rival. When the Civil War came, Watie raised a Cherokee cavalry regiment for the Confederacy and rose to Brigadier General, the only Native American to hold that rank in the Confederate Army. Robert E. Lee surrendered in April 1865. Stand Watie held out until June 23, 1865, at Dokesville, the last Confederate general in the field to lay down arms. Number 3. Ward. The oldest story on this list. 1755. Battle of Taliwa against the Muskogee Creek. A young Cherokee woman named Nanyehi lay beside her husband Kingfisher, chewing his rifle balls to make the wounds worse. When he was killed, she took up his rifle and charged, and the Cherokee carried the field. Still a teenager, she was named Gigao, beloved woman, a voice in council, with the power to spare condemned captives. She married the English trader Bryant Ward, and as Nancy Ward spent her last decades pleading with both Cherokee and American leaders for peace. She died around 1822, before the Trail of Tears she had feared. Number 2. Vann. James Vann was one of the wealthiest men in the Cherokee Nation, and his story requires honesty on 2 fronts. In 1804, he completed a brick mansion at Diamond Hill, near present-day Chatsworth, Georgia, so grand it was called the showplace of the Cherokee Nation. You can still tour it today as the Chief Vann House. He also enslaved more than 100 African-American people to build that wealth. One reason Cherokee freedmen appear on the Dawes Rolls at all. Vann was shot dead at a tavern in 1809. His son Joseph, Rich Joe, grew even wealthier and died in 1844 when his steamboat exploded on the Ohio River. The name on the rolls carries both the grandeur and the guilt of that fortune. Number 1. Ross. Here the countdown closes its circle. Remember John McDonald, the Scottish trader from number 10. His daughter Molly married another Scot, Daniel Ross. October 3, 1790, Turkeytown, Alabama. Molly gave birth to a boy named John. John Ross was 1/8 Cherokee by blood and didn't speak the language fluently. It didn't matter to his people. Elected principal chief in 1828, he led the legal fight against removal all the way to the Supreme Court. When the Trail of Tears came anyway, he walked into exile with his nation. His wife, Watie, died on that road in 1839 near Little Rock. Ross rebuilt the government at Tahlequah and served as chief until the day he died, August 1, 1866. 38 years in office. A Scottish name borne by the greatest of Cherokee chiefs. That's the whole lesson of this list, in a single grave. You've been scanning for your name. Time for the honest part. A surname on this list proves nothing on its own. Ward, Ross, Starr, among the most common British surnames in the American South. For everyone who entered the Cherokee Nation through a trader's marriage, thousands more never came within 100 miles of it. 2010 census. 819,105 Americans claimed Cherokee ancestry. Enrolled citizens of all 3 federally recognized Cherokee tribes number a fraction of that. The Cherokee Princess Story, a title that never existed in Cherokee society, often just explains a dark-haired ancestor. But the paper trail is real, and it's checkable for free. The Dawes Rolls are searchable through the National Archives and the Oklahoma Historical Society's online index. Each card lists roll number, name, variance, age, blood degree, district, household. The Oklahoma Historical Society will copy the full application packet for $35. The Cherokee Nation's registration office in Tahlequah can verify the lineal paper trail. Birth certificate to birth certificate. No minimum blood quantum documented descent is what citizenship means. A DNA test cannot establish tribal citizenship for any of these nations, because a tribe is a nation of citizens and kin, not a genetic category. The rolls closed March 4, 1907. The ledger is still open to anyone willing to look. So, go look. If you find a name, tell us in the comments which one, which district.